Summary of An American Sickness, How Healthcare Became Big Business and How You Can Take It Back. Done by Basmo.app. Healthcare is an important issue for people worldwide, with how it impacts our lives and how we pay for it. In the US, debate on the topic never seems to cease, and everyone from politicians to everyday citizens argues over how to improve the system. For most of its history, nonprofits dominated the U.S. healthcare industry. Before the 1990s, they were the only institutions offering health insurance. They offered policies that helped sick people pay their medical bills while keeping hospitals financially afloat, a win-win for everyone but patients. Remicade has been a life-saving drug for many people with debilitating arthritis, but the price tag can be hard to bear: $130,000 for every 6 weeks of treatment. More than 1 million Americans may suffer from inflammatory bowel disease, but only about 20% seek treatment for it. In the early 19th century, hospitals were primarily charitable institutions to care for the infirm. Today, they have evolved into sophisticated organizations that generate billions of dollars in annual revenue and have become internationally recognized as some of the world's largest and most respected businesses. As the healthcare industry grew in size and complexity, hospitals shifted their focus away from patients to profits. Business consultants were brought in to help these firms find new revenue streams and squeeze more money out of every interaction with a patient. The system also introduced productivity bonuses. A policy presented doctors as investment bankers, scoring heavy paychecks with generous bonuses for performing and selling ever more services. The result: incentives and profitability bonuses can encourage doctors to overcharge their patients by prescribing unnecessary tests, procedures, and medications. Hospitals also introduced restructuring that expanded their underperforming units, such as cosmetic and dialysis units, to yield more profit while imposing budgetary bills on patient care costs. As far back as the 19th century, doctors have been looking for ways to get more money out of their patients. Doctors are highly educated and trained. They've dedicated their lives to service, and we should respect that. However, the industry has a problem: doctor pay has become ridiculously high. In 2013, 27% of doctors made more than $500K. That's rich. And it's not surprising, since they are usually in a race against entrepreneurs to create new revenue streams. For example, ambulatory surgery centers are currently booming in the United States. To help hospitals save on overhead costs, these facilities allow patients to have surgery without staying overnight. Despite their cost-saving purposes, many ASCs have found a new way to charge exorbitant fees by charging facility fees. Some of these charges may exceed $10,000 per night. Doctors can profit handsomely from private practices. And with a shortage of doctors in the United States, many Americans have to travel long distances for essential checkups and other health-related issues. The pharmaceutical industry had come a long way since the 19th century, when small stores sold elixirs and tonics that prevailed with uniquely creative marketing strategies. The days of using the same marketing tactics as snake oil salespeople are over. There is an evolution happening in the pharmaceutical industry to keep up with modern-day innovations, personalized medicine, and nanotechnology, to name a few. At that time, the cost of drugs and treatment was cheap, but today, cheap is far from it. Look at vaccines and antibiotics. Both were affordable because production costs were low. But nowadays, the cost of producing these drugs has skyrocketed, and there's nothing that patients can do about it. Their hands are tied. The story of Daraprim is a sad but extreme example of the myriad ways in which prescription drug prices are inflated and patients are cheated. In 2015, Martin S.H. Crelly, former hedge fund manager, bought the rights to the drug and raised its price from $13.50 per pill to $750. The move was seen as greedy and unethical.